Hey, what's up everybody? I am QB and this is Culturalist Theory. In today's video, we will rank Jilly from Philly's 5 studio albums. That's right, Jill Scott. This list will not include her compilation or live albums. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe so you don't miss a list. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to it. Number 5, Woman. Jill Scott's 5th album, Woman, was her second #1 album with first week sales of more than 58,000 copies. Unfortunately, it didn't make much noise after that, topping out at about 250,000 records sold. This is disappointingly the lowest record sales of her career, but it does not reflect the effort and affection in which this album was created. As fans would come to expect, her pen game is on point and her storytelling impeccable. She knows how to set a mood, paint a picture, and put the audience right in the middle. She remains true to her spoken word roots on tracks like Wild Cookie, Prepared and Willing, and because of her vocal dexterity, she was able to experiment with different sounds like she does on Run, 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 Closure, and Coming to You. This was her second release on her own Blue Babes label, this time courtesy of a distribution deal with Atlantic. She continued her musical partnership with co-writer and producer Andre Harris. Other contributors include Aaron Pierce, Ninth Wonder, David Banner, and Warren Campbell. The album's featured track is Fool's Gold, which was released as a single and has a bonus version featuring Pusha T. There are videos for Back Together and You Don't Know, even though they're not designated as official album singles according to Apple Music, which shows Can't Wait as the other single. This is a solid project from Jill Scott and full of tracks that put her talents on display. But the disappointing record sales and airplay puts Woman in the bottom spot. Number 4, Beautifully Human, Words and Sounds Volume 2. The second volume in the Words and Sounds series was released by Hidden Beach Records. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the Billboard Top R&B and Hip Hop charts. It sold 193,000 copies on its way to going gold status. This album came out 4 years after her debut. In that time, she married longtime boyfriend Lizelle Williams, who has a shout out on that first album. On this project, we see appearances from her usual collaborators, Dre and Vidal, particularly on the second part of the album, on Rasul and My Petition. The first part has a collaboration with Raphael Saadiq on track Spring Summer Feeling, and James Poyser on Warm Up and Talk to Me, where she displays her jazz chops. She shows off her range and dynamism on Better at Home, co-written by Scott, of course, this time with Carvin and Ivan, who also helped on Family Reunion. The actual singles on this album include Golden, Whatever, and Cross My Mind. These were all good efforts from Jill and left lasting impressions on the culture. The biggest standout being Golden, which can be heard in 2008's Grand Theft Auto 4 video game and in movies Beauty Shop, Obsessed, and What Men Want. Number 3, Light of the Sun. Light of the Sun comes after another 4-year break between albums. 2007 to 2011. During this time, Jill divorced Lizelle Williams, married then divorced former drummer Lil Jon Roberts, had her son, left and was sued by her former label Hidden Beach Records, then founded her own imprint label Blues Babe. So clearly this album is going to reflect a woman who has been through some things. And Miss Scott, again, does not disappoint. The music is steeped and soaked in her experiences. On the singles from this album, Blessed, So in Love, and So Gone What My Mind Says, she lays it all out. Opening with Blessed, a song dedicated primarily to her son, but also includes shout outs to her grandmother, ex-husband, and her parents, detailing how she's decided to see the good even in painful situations. The next track is the lead single So in Love featuring Anthony Hamilton again, who also co-wrote the song. So in Love debuted at 43 on the R&B hip hop chart, which made it the highest debut of her career on that chart and eventually peaked at number 10. So Gone What My Mind Says is about the disconnect that can happen between body and mind when it comes to love. Other highlights from this album are Hear My Call, about healing after being burned by love, that could also be considered a little bit of a praise break, and the self-affirming and female empowerment tracks One Manifesto and Rolling Hills. Jill worked again with Dre and Vidal, as well as Adam Blackstone, Warren Campbell, and J.R. Hudson, among others, to bring this project to life, and their hard work paid off. The Light of the Sun debuted at number 1 on Billboard 200, selling 135,000 copies the first week. The album also became Scott's first #1 record. Number 2, The Real Thing, Words and Sounds Volume 3. First off, you can tell things are getting real because she has a whole person on the cover. This is the last installment of the Words and Sounds series that began in 2000 with her first album. The Real Thing has to be one of Miss Scott's sexiest projects, including tracks like Come See Me, which bleeds into fan favorite Crown Royal, the Scott Storch produced Epiphany, and single My Love, one right after the other. And all in, later on the project. Lead single Hate on Me went in a different direction for much of the album's sensuality with a blaring yet soulful declaration. It was a powerful, direct challenge to the internet trolls who inspired the song and showed the other side of the sultry confrontations on the first album. She worked with her usual collaborators again, Dre and Vidal. Industry vet Adam Blackstone was another heavy hand in the studio too, co-writing and producing deep cuts, Celibacy Blues and All I, and on singles My Love and Hate on Me. The latter song earned Jill a Grammy nomination for Best Female R&B Performance. The album itself debuted at number 4 in Billboard 200 and number 2 on the R&B and hip hop album chart, and was certified gold after selling more than 600,000 copies. Number 1, Who is Jill Scott? Words and Sounds Volume 1. The number 1 album on our list today is Miss Jilly from Philly's debut album, Who is Jill Scott? This album comes straight from your favorite open mic night with beautiful songwriting, storytelling, and incredible vocal performances that are simultaneously raw and polished, streetwise and sensual. 3 singles, Getting in the Way, A Long Walk, and He Loves Me, Lizelle in E flat, gave us not only unforgettable lyrics and visuals, and her talents were recognized by fans and the Recording Academy alike. Those singles received 3 consecutive Grammy nominations for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Who is Jill Scott is Jill's only double platinum album, selling about 2.5 million copies since its release in the summer of 2000. Now, I mentioned her serial collaborators Dre and Vidal, who continued to work with Jill throughout her career, but did you know that they are also from Philly and actually hail from DJ Jazzy Jeff's camp, A Touch of Jazz? Other prominent collaborators were Darren Henson and Keith Pelzer, known for their work with Will Smith and Patti LaBelle. And we cannot forget about the Roots collaboration You Got Me that appears here on Who is Jill Scott as an interlude. Jill Scott co-wrote and recorded vocals for that track that would eventually feature Erykah Badu, though the Philly band brought their hometown girl on the road as she was a part of live performances of the track. Who is Jill Scott? Words and Sounds Volume 1 is a beautiful debut album from one of the culture's best neo-soul voices. How would you rank Jill Scott's albums? Leave a comment with your theory below and let us know who you want to see us rank next. While you're here, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to Culture's Theory so you don't miss a list. I'm QB. I'll see you next list.